Hi there, my name's Taylor Copland, and in this video, we're going to go over how to make dim effects in the MA2 software. In the last video, I showed you how to make strobe effects that will be consistent across your entire rig. If you're interested in that, I highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, let's get right into it. So let's make just a dim effect where it goes from this top one here, and it'll just scroll across, and yeah, it'll just repeat that. Okay, so we are going to make a selective effect. That's my wrong group. All right, so we'll grab our group, okay, and then we'll click on a effect tile, which will make it a selective effect. We're gonna hit add, dimmer, and confirm. Okay, so right here we're brought up with the default dim effect, and if we actually play that dim effect, you see this is what it looks like, right? But you can see it's not really like turning off a lot, and let me show you why there's not a lot of blank space in the effect. So right now we are using a sine wave here, okay? And what it's doing is it's starting from the middle of the sine wave and it's going up into that peak, okay? And it goes back down and it goes down into that valley, right? But when it hits that zero value, that's when your actual light or your fixture hits zero. And that's cool, but that means it's only turning off that fixture for a split second before it starts getting in intensity again. So a way to balance that out is you go over here and you can see this low and high value. If you change this low value to -100, what that does is it takes the sine wave, and instead of having at the very, like the lowest point of the sine wave being zero, now the quote unquote 0 points of the sine wave is right in the middle. So now it'll have this alternating on and off in a even form. So if we go and check out our effect that's running, you can see, oh, now it looks more like a dim chase. This is going to look a lot cleaner when it's being used live as well, which is awesome. But let's say, hey, I want this to work its way inwards, or outwards. Well, how would I change that? Well, we can go back into our effect, okay? And then we can go over to wings. And remember, wings means symmetrical, okay? So it's going to start from the first and the last one and work their way towards each other. And we'll give it a wings of 2. Okay, so now if we go back to our effect, you can see it's working towards itself inwards. What if I want to go, starting from the middle and working outwards? Well, open our effect, and down here you see direction. We'll click it to backward. So right now it was originally on forward, and now it's on backwards. So now it's going to be going outwards. Really cool. But say you don't want the dimming. See how it's kind of like a tail? Let's get rid of the wing so it's easy to see. But say you don't like the tail on your dim effect. Well, you go to your waveform here. Instead of doing sine, you can choose a PWM, which is like a square wave, okay? So let's select PWM, and now if we look at our effect, now it's just a straight on or straight off. And again, we can give it wings again. There you go. Yeah, and of course you can play with like the rate and whatnot. Again, you can change the direction from here. We can make it bounce. So if we turn off the wings, and we look at the effect, that's gonna be bouncing. The bounce effect only really works for PWM. If you do a sine wave with the bounce effect, it's gonna bleed over and it's not gonna look too good. Yeah, you can make bounces. It's pretty cool. And then remember how we made our symmetrical groups earlier in the series? Well, let me show you why that was important. Okay, so if we make this effect, let's put it back to just going forward, and let's give it wings of Okay. Whoops. So now we have wings of 2. And if we actually, sorry, I'm going to remove the selection from this. I'm actually going to go into this. I'm going to say take selection. And because I had nothing selected, it became a non-selective effect. But to show you what I'm talking about, so right now this effect is a PWM. It's going forward and has a wings of 2. Okay. So if I just, have my all group, which is not a symmetrical selection, and I click on this effect, this is what it's going to look like, which is cool. But you might be looking for something that splits the rig in half and maybe does circles within like this range, or say you want both lines at the same time working the way outwards or inwards. Okay. So the way this is working with this current selection, if this is the effect you're going after, it's literally just, from top left, bottom right, 1, 2, that's the selection, right? I can show you too. I can make the selection like this, and then like this, and then run the effect, and now it's doing that, right? But let's check it out if we do our symmetrical selection. So I have a symmetrical group here, but to show you again, I'm going to make one now. So I'm going to start here, down here, and back up here like this, and we'll click our effect. Oh, now look at that. That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Well, it's cool, but how can we make this look better? Well, let's try playing with our groups. What if we did groups of 2? Well, you're going to get a alternating effect now. That's pretty cool. What if we did groups of 4? Let's see what that would look like. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. What if we did groups of 5? Go over here, 5, bring it back up. That's all right. Okay, so what if we get rid of our groups again? But this time we did wings of 4. Now what do you think is going to happen? Well, there you go. Now it's doing our 2 rows at the same time going outwards. And to make this look a little nicer, we can switch this back to a sine wave. Check it out. There you go. And of course, we can change the direction of it again. So we can go over here, direction. So now it's going to go inwards. There you go. A lot of this is trial and error, figuring out, you would set, like the first half of this is pretty self-explanatory of like what you would want. And then from between the groups, blocks, and wings, that's where you're going to be experimenting a lot and like really figuring out what exactly you're looking for. But typically for like wings, if you have 1 row of truss and you want it to be symmetrical, you do wings of 2. If you have 2 rows and you want it to be doing this effect, it's 4, then 6, so on. Basically take the number of rows that you have and then multiply by 2. And that's how you get the number of wings you need for making an effect that looks like this. But yeah, I hope this answered some of your questions. If you have any more, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below and I will be sure to answer them. And without further ado, let's get on to the next video. See you there.